Hidden guns that got the IRA out of jail. Mrs. Thatcher tells Reagan West must keep its nerve. And the inscrutable Londoner who has broken the bonsai barrier. The answer, perhaps, to Japanese whiskey, the English bonsai, an art form unique to the land of the rising sun. The English version, however, is not quite what it seems.
Bert Coleman really makes waterfalls. They help him relax, he says, in the rather unlikely oriental setting of his North London home. But while he was exhibiting waterfalls one day, 2 Japanese spotted the bonsai trees he was using for decoration. "Ah, so," they said, "very beautiful." Well, not being slow off the mark, Bert immediately pulled off the ultimate in coals to Newcastle. And one strange, small, idyllic corner of Edgware will soon be saturating the Japanese market with their own national tree. Carol Barnes, News at 10 in North London.
Who said the British couldn't export? That's the news tonight. Good night.
Now, it looks like an ordinary bonsai. In fact, this is what it is, but underneath lies a British invention. This is a musical one. Just listen to this, folks. Especially for you, Sharma.
If you're living in a bijou residence in some inner-city Dockland development but are yearning for the countryside, this could be the answer. Audio bonsai. That is, singing trees. Whatever next?
No chance you'd join me in the... No. Gone. Gone and never called me mother. Now what? You're asking. The Sam Hill are these. Well, they're called Trees of Tranquility. And they're made by a fine young man called Bert Coleman in his garage in North London. You see, you thought that these are just bonsai trees, didn't you? Little Japanese numbers. Not so. You move a little stone and you get bird songs at eventide. Yeah? And then you move a little stone there. There. And you get more. Ronnie and Ald under the dirt here. And Percy Edwards under the other one. Don't applaud. I'll leave you. And move on to our next guest. As the House of Commons...
This is the chance to see this absolutely amazing horticultural experience. So, ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome Bert and Veronica Coleman? Well, I'm afraid that we actually couldn't manage the corner of the stately home, but you can have the corner of our studio. What are you going to do with it?
Fine. We're going to show you how we can build a complete water garden setting with lights and waterfalls and fountains in a very short space of time.
What about the plants, Bert? I mean, where do you actually get them from? Do you make the plants?
We make the plants ourselves, yes.
How?
Yes. Out of roots and usually preserved foliages and silks, some silks as well.
All right, well, we're going to leave you to do your building because I'm surrounded by all sorts of bits and pieces that I'm sure you're going to use.
Bert and Veronica have been very busy, as you will see, over here, creating what looks like a tropical paradise. I can't believe you've done this in that short amount of time. Now, I've heard that you can actually make this even more realistic by having some sound effects. Can you tell us about that?
Now, these sounds have been recorded live, so they are natural sounds that you're going to hear. You just put the rock on one mark here, and you've got the sound of birds.
Oh!
Bert has actually recorded the sounds himself.
That's a missel thrush.
That's a missel thrush.
Home.
Yes, that's quite near to where we live, in Middlesex. He recorded the sounds. And then when you move the stone away...
You can get even a different one, can you?
Yes,
change the atmosphere altogether. What are you going to do now, Veronica?
Yes. Well, when you take the stone off, you stop the sound. When you move the stone to another point, now you've got tree frogs and crickets. That's for the evening. Just creates a nice atmosphere.
With the tree frogs and crickets in the garden as well?
No.
Well, as we've got the nighttime sounds, let's just dim the lights and just listen to the whole effect and have a look. That really is quite authentic, isn't it? You could swear that you'd been transported to a tropical paradise. What about the waterfall? That looks very elaborate. Was that very difficult?
No, it's a glass fibre construction, and it's very, very light. It looks like real rock because it's sort of based on real rock, and then they just simply slot together one on top of the other, and it can be done in 5 minutes.
So there's no plumbing or anything at all.
No.
You just fill it with water.
And this can be indoors, outdoors, anywhere you want.
Right.
Well, I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's just so authentic. I love the tree frog there.
Yeah,
Veronica, Bert, thank you both very much indeed.
Our pleasure. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
I did think that garden was absolutely marvellous.
Is it anything artistic?
Yes.
Well, there you go. I can't make up my mind whether that's a crazy idea or a brilliant one. I suspect it's brilliant.
brilliant.
I suspect
It's
I
brilliant.
think he'll make a lot of money.
That'll do the trick. Nice, eh?
It's playing our tune, isn't that wonderful?
That's the message.
Isn't that wonderful? So if you want to be tranquil, live with a tree of tranquility. Thank you.